Hi, my name is Kay Maire. My ex cheated on me with a 14-year-old minor, and when I asked him why he did it, he said it was because of emotional support, and I brought glue. Get your money's worth and let it drain. Hi, I'm Kay Maire. When I was 14 years old, I had this boy best friend, and rumor went out that we were dating, and he went around the whole entire school telling people that he would never date a bee as dark as me. And I brought watermelon lotion. Hi, Kay Maire again. When I was 15, a boy that I was talking to told me that my cousin was more attractive than me, and I brought these foam blocks. Hi, again. When I was 14, I got my first period, and I hid it for 3 years, and I brought the mixing tool. When I was 14 years old, I was catfished for 3 months by a guy in my class, and when I asked him why he did it, he said it was because I was too ugly to ask out in real life, and I brought the activator. When I was 16 years old, my ex told me that he was going to himself, and I believed it, and he didn't text me back, obviously. And one day I went onto Instagram, and he was on the phone with a girl for 7 hours. The sad thing is there's more, but I think that's all I'm gonna do for this video, and I'm sorry I haven't been posting. I've just been really depressed, so yeah, I'm back though. Story time on how all my friends ditched me right before my 17th birthday in honor of my 20th birthday. Yeah, y'all, I'm 20. I'm not 19 anymore, I'm 20. This happened back in 2021. Get your money's worth and let it drain. So back then, I had this online friend group, right? For the most part, everyone was scattered across the US, but there were 3 or 4 girls who lived in the same state that I did. This is water. But so pretty early on into our friendship, we started to plan to link with each other, right? In my head, I'm like, these plans are not making it out of the group chat. I have little to no hope, right? And yeah, I forgot to mention we were planning to link on my birthday. So it was supposed to be this hotel slumber party. Like I said before, I truly did not believe that these plans was about to happen because we just were meeting each other. As time starts to progress, they're talking about this link up every month. So I'm like, oh, they're serious. So I start to get serious. Since we were a close group, we talked pretty often. So I'm checking up on them every single month. I'm like, hey, are you still going? Are you still going? And they're like, yeah. Every single month, y'all, I'm checking up on it. I was low-key kind of happy because I was like, yeah, I don't have to stress for my birthday this year. It's going to be fun, whatever. I got these new friends. Everything's cute. So the month of July gets here, right? The first week, everybody's, oh, yeah, I'm still going, right? The second week, I check up on everybody. I'm like, hey, who's going and who's not? One girl drops out. I'm like, that's not bad. We still got 3 other girls going. This is all good, right? Wrong. Simply just wrong. The third week, 2 girls drop out. So now it's just me and one other person. We're going to call her friend A. Now that it's just me and one other person, I have to make sure they're going because I don't want to waste my money for no reason. So when the 2 girls ended up dropping out, I would just automatically call friend A and I was like, hey, are you still going? And she's telling me yes. So throughout the 3rd week, she's just telling me yes. She's reassuring me. She's like, yeah, I'm still going. The 4th week ended up approaching and it's a couple days before my birthday. I call friend A 3 times that week. I'm like, hey girl, are you still gonna be able to come? You know, the trip is coming up. And she's like, yeah, girl, don't worry. She's just reassuring me constantly. So for me, the last time that I called you was 2 days before my birthday. And that's confirmation. There's no way you can back out of this now, right? Wrong. Wrong. I'm spending money on nails, hair, new pajamas, smell goods, everything. 2 or 3 days before my birthday, give or take, and my auntie was about to buy this expensive hotel that was in freaking Manhattan, and I was like, wait, baby, don't do that. No, hold up, give me a second, let me call her one more last time, because something in my spirit was telling me, call that girl one last time. That's what I did. I call her. She's like, yo, what's up? I'm like, hey, are you still coming on my birthday trip? Because my auntie's about to buy the hotel right now. She goes, when's your birthday again? I'm like, my birthday's on the 31st, so we would be leaving on the 30th. And she's like, wait, the 31st? And I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, I forgot, but my grandma, she has this retirement party and all this and blase blue. And I was like, when did you find this out? She was like, oh, the other day, but I low-key forgot. I'm sorry, blase blue. So I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I was low-key irritated at that because I was like, I've been technically this trip has been in the making for several freaking months, and then everybody drops out, right? Everybody drops out. So when she tells me, oh, it was a retirement, I was just like, oh, well, I'm gonna call you back tomorrow, love you, bye, whatever. I was depressed. I'm so serious. Like, I was depressed. And my auntie and my grandma tried to make it the best they could. And my now boyfriend, he was like, don't worry. Like, I'm going to make your 18th birthday up to you. You don't have to worry about this. I know you're sad now, but it's okay. You know, he just reassured me. And he kept his promise. He made my 18th birthday pretty memorable. I want to clarify something. I don't have no hard feelings to anyone who was involved in the story time. Like, it is what it is. But at the time, I was just so distraught because it was like I was planning this for months. We were planning this for months. And then all y'all drop out on me. Broken. But yeah, it's my birthday. I'm so happy. There are some weird, strict rules my dad and his girlfriend had while I make slime. Get your money's worth and let it drain. I ain't forget. Rule number 1, we cannot follow our religion in his household. Like, that was a big no-no. If he caught us praying or talking about our religion whatsoever, he would throw a hissy fit and go on a 2-hour rant about how we're African princesses and we're letting the white man possess us. I'm so serious. Rule number 2, my dad truly believed that the responsibility of taking care of, like, the kids, looking after them, fell down to the oldest sibling and not the parent. Like, not the parent, but the older sibling. Rule number 3, the older siblings had to do the younger siblings' homework. That was mandatory. And to make sure we did this, they would check the homework at the end of each week. And if it was more than like 5 or 6 questions wrong, we got in trouble. Like, the older siblings got in trouble. Number 4 kind of goes with number 2, and me and my siblings were mini maids. Like, mainly me and the second oldest, we did everything in that house, and my dad truly believed that that was our right. We were supposed to be cleaning up like the way that we were. And when I tell you, it wasn't easy taking care. I was a mother of 4, okay? Rule number 5, the last one, we could not talk about my mom in his house. Like, it was a rule. We couldn't do it. If we did, we would get a 2-hour rant about how our mother is ratchet and a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm not going to go into. But, like, yeah, there's so much more weird rules that he had, but yeah. My crush sent me death threats because he dated my cousin while I make slime. Get your money's worth and let it drain. You already know. Like, you know. So basically in the 9th grade, I had this massive crush on this boy we're going to call Little Tim, right? So me and Little Tim, we became friends. And obviously the crush freaking progressed more and more. I had already knew that me and Tim were never going to, like, date because I wasn't his type. And to be honest, I was ugly, okay? Even though I knew me and Tim were never going to work out, I still did not want him to date my cousin. I had one agenda, though. To keep these two away from each other. And it was pretty easy because we went to different schools. Like, my cousin went to a different school than me. One day I'm on my Android looking through videos on my phone, and my loud friend is next to me. She's like, oh my gosh, who's that? And I'm like, oh, that's my cousin. And she goes, oh dang, your cousin is fine. Loud, right? So here comes Tim running. He's like, yo, like, you know, give me her stuff. And I'm avoiding it. I'm like, no, like, she don't really have that. Slowly but surely, every day, he starts asking me for this girl's Instagram, right? And I think he finds it. I don't remember if I give it to him or he just finds it on his own. But they start texting, y'all. They're texting each other, getting to know each other, like I said. And she finds out that he's a freshman. And she's like, I think he's just a little too young for me. Mind you, she's a junior. We were freshmen. But she continues to talk to this man. And I already knew she was just using him for attention at that time. And I told him, I was like, I don't think you should talk to my cousin. Time jump, I had this home game football thing. And I wanted to go with my 9th grade girl best friend. My mom was like, oh, you can go, but your cousin has to go with you. And I was like, oh, no. Like, I know. Like, now they're actually going to link with each other. Like, no. So me, my 9th grade girl best friend, and my cousin, we are all in a group chat together. And my 9th grade girl best friend, she goes, look, I just want to ignore him at the football thing because blah, blue. She just had her reasonings. And that's what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to ignore this man. We get to the football thing, and what do y'all think we did? We didn't ignore him. Why? Because of my cousin. Me and my 9th grade girl best friend, we were literally 3rd and 4th wheels just following them around while they were just off doing lovey-dovey. And it hurt me because I actually had a crush on this man and he was too involved with my cousin. Mind you, my cousin made us follow her. Like, she made us follow her. I saw them kiss. I saw them give each other hickeys, and I was so freaking heartbroken. And I told my mom, I was like, I will never go to, like, another function like this with her again. I promise you I'll never do that again. While she was in the car. So after the dance, I told him just to be careful, like, be careful, whatever. Don't put your heart into it because you just never know. They were linking regularly after the dance. Like, he would show up at our apartment complex because he lived across the street in different apartment complexes. After, I would say, like, maybe the longest a month of them linking, she started texting him less. She stopped linking with him. And so he would text me. He'd be like, yo, where's your cousin at? Like, why isn't she responding to my text messages? Like, blase, blase, blue, etc., etc. This is back in 2018 when everybody who used Snapchat had their location on, right? And he could see we were in the back room of our apartment. She just ignored him completely. And he started saying, I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna get y'all, whatever. He stopped talking to me at school completely, right? He made multiple threats that he was going to like off us and our entire family. I was scared low-key because it was like he was a different person, bro. And I told him that, like, you're being weird, like, you need to stop, like, I'm sorry that she's ignoring you, but I told you, I gave you multiple warnings. He sent me like 4 or 5 death threats to be exact, and me and his relationship was just never the same. He got a whole new girlfriend. She didn't like me. And yeah. Story time on how I super glued lashes to my eyes because I was addicted while I reactivate all of my slime. Get your money's worth and let it drain, okay? Oh my gosh, this is so sticky. So this happened back in 2020 and I felt so ugly. I just got bullied because of like how I looked, the color of my skin. It was a lot, y'all. It all started a little after I turned 16 and I purchased my first pair of lashes, y'all. That's when it all started, okay? I was always bullied for the color of my skin. That was nothing different. But when I put on lashes, I finally felt pretty. Unfortunately, y'all, the lashes just got bigger and bigger each time I purchased them, okay? I started hanging around my cousin and her girl best friend, and mentally, I felt so ugly around them. Like, it was like they were getting all the attention. They have been crushed on. Boys liked them. They had gotten their first kiss. And then there I was, a shriveled up burnt potato. That's what they used to call me. Anyways, until when I started wearing lashes, I started to get attention online. Like, boys started to notice me, and I literally just felt like so freaking good about myself. So I never left the house unless I had lashes on. Like, it was terrible, y'all. So one day they wanted to go to the store or something, and I did not have, you know, lash glue, and they're like rushing me, so I'm like, okay, hold on, give me a second. And I found my nail glue. I put it on the strips of the lashes and I put it onto my eyeballs. It definitely burnt my eyes. Like, it had, you know, when you smell nail glue for too long, it starts to burn your nostrils. That's exactly how it was on my eyelashes. After a while, like, the burning stopped and I went out and I was like, ooh, I got security. Like, I know these lashes ain't coming off. I started to sleep in the lashes and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I love this so much. I don't have to take these off. But I didn't want people to know that I was super gluing lashes onto my eyes, so I had to like snatch them off. Each time I'd lose like 10 eyelashes. Every single time, like, I snatched them bad boys off because they was on there good. Time jumped to like one of the worst days of my ugly career. So I was with my 9th grade friend and my cousin, and they wanted to go to the freaking mall, and I didn't have lashes, so that was an ultimatum. No, I'm not going unless I have lashes. And my 9th grade friend was like, girl, it's okay, like, one of my other friends are coming and she said she has lashes for you. So I'm like, bet, right? I was in those boxer shorts that everyone wears now. I had this slick back bun that was not slicked at all because I had a hump in the back of my head, like my hair was never combed out. We meet up with the girl, she gives me the lashes or whatever, and I go into the bathroom, I pull out my nail glue and I stick it on my eyeballs, right? My cousin, she catches me doing this and she's like, what, did you just put super glue? I'm like, yeah, like, it doesn't burn, like, I'm good, right? And I felt so ugly that day because we were doing like the marry, kiss, or kill challenge at the mall. Like, we were asking boys and all of them said kill, 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 kill to me. Like, my sister was like 12 and she was there and she wasn't trying to play the game, and they were picking my sister, who was dressed like a literal hobo, over me because they did not want to marry me. They were like, no, like, she's too dark, I know. I kept using super glue or nail glue on my eyelashes for a good couple of months, but then I eventually stopped. But yeah, that's kind of the story on how I was addicted, because I literally just felt like the ugliest person alive. It was because everyone around me, bro. I was dating my ex at the time, and they literally made it feel like I did not deserve him because of how ugly I was. Like, That's the story time though, so yeah. Story time on how I caught my dad cheating on my mom while I make slime. This happened when I was like in the 4th grade. Like, I was a baby, y'all. Get your money's worth and let it drain. You already know the deal. So my parents were always off and on, so that means they co-parented a lot. And I'm guessing this was during the times where they were on, and that's just lotion. This is how I remember it. My mom, she had this yellow shirt on with this updo type of hairstyle. And my dad was living in an apartment, so she dropped me off at his apartment building. She tells me to say hi, you know, she says hi to my grandma on my dad's side. So I'm walking to the back where my dad's room is at, right? And his door was kind of cracked, and I can see in there from I can see in there, and I see two people rolling around. To be fair, I wasn't really grasping the situation. I just knew I seen two adults rolling around in the sheet. Didn't know what they was doing though. I was so confused. I just walked right back to the living room and sat on the couch with my grandmother, okay? I was with my dad for at least a day at this point, and my mom, she came back to pick me up, and we got in the car, and I asked her, I was like, Mom, who is that girl Dad was with? My mom was like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, like, who's that girl in Dad's room? She's like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you on? I'm like, I don't know, but Dad, he was in bed with her, like they were rolling around. And I tell y'all her demeanor changed. She goes, you seen them doing what? I was like, yeah, like I seen them like rolling around in bed together. I didn't know who the girl was. Like, I didn't recognize her. And when I tell y'all, she calls my dad immediately, starts going off on him. She going in, she's like, why would you have some girl around my baby? It's not funny, but at the same time, I was so oblivious, so I really didn't know. Like, my dad made this rule that whatever goes on at his house stays in his house. No one listened to that crusty rule anyway, but he made it. And come to find out, he was hiding his now girlfriend from my mom for 8 years, y'all. I was the one who brought it to life. I solved the mystery, y'all. Like, my mom was really wondering who this girl was and if she was really a friend. No, girl, she was with your man. Story time on how my crush told the whole entire school that he would never date a bee as dark as me while I make slime. This happened back when I was in the 9th grade, and there are so many stories of people making fun of my skin color. This is just one of them. Get your money's worth and let it drain. So basically, this boy was my friend, or I considered him to be my friend. He was kind of a close friend, and I developed a crush on him. I had this thing where I didn't want people to find out if I liked someone, so I kept it to myself, okay? So no one knew. As time is going on, I'm realizing that my crush is just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. A rumor spreads around school that me and him are dating, and he starts to avoid me. I didn't hear about this rumor for a week, and he avoids me, and I'm like so confused. I'm like, why is he avoiding me? Like, I didn't do anything, like whatever, blah blah blue, like it is what it is. Like, what's wrong with him? Like, I'm thinking I did something to make him mad, right? So obviously I start asking people. I'm like, yo, do y'all know why such and such is mad at me? Like, I haven't heard from them in a long time, or like a week. And people are telling me, oh, I thought y'all were dating. That's kind of strange. He hasn't talked to you. Like, you think he's cheating on you? And I'm like, dating? Huh? What are you talking about? So again, I nipped that in the bud really quickly. I was like, no, we're not, right? So I'm talking to my friend about the whole ordeal, the whole situation, and she's telling me, she's like, well, I heard he's telling people he would never date someone like you. And I'm like, someone like me, what does that mean? And she was like, someone of your skin color. You know, I can't say it because she wasn't, you know, my skin color. At first when she told me, I was like, I don't believe that. Like, I don't think he would say something like that. And she was like, no, like he's telling people that he would never date someone like you, and he was only your friend because he felt sorry for you. Feel sorry? Why are you feeling sorry for me? So now I'm confused. I'm like, and my heart, y'all, since I do like this man, I'm like, what the crap? So I finally catch him. He was coming out of one of the boys' lockers room, and I finally catch him, like, yo, like, we need to talk, like, what's going on with you? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, you know, I'm hearing that you're telling people that you would never date someone like me. And he was like, look, like, I don't have time for this right now, whatever. He blew me off completely. The sad thing about this whole entire thing was that I was already sad and depressed because my crush is just not talking to me. I lost a friend, and my people forgot to come pick me up, and it was raining. So I walked home in the rain, y'all. I was already freaking depressed. But one of my friends, they came down. They were like, yo, I seen you. I was calling you. And I was like, oh, I had my headphones in. I was really sad, y'all. Like, y'all don't understand. And I got home, and I found out that he unfollowed me, blocked me. Like, he blocked my Snapchat, everything. Like, he was done. He was done with whatever little situation we had going on. Later on, I ended up finding out that he said worse stuff while we were friends. Like, he called me the hard ER to his friends. He'd constantly make fun of me walking by, and I didn't even know about this, bro. But time jump, he's married to a black woman now. So I guess people change. I don't know. Scary story time on how I found a tracker on my auntie's car while I make slime. My heart was in my booty hole when I found this tracker. Get your money's worth and let it drain. I ain't forget. The day literally started off regular, like nothing changed, everything was normal. So we dropped my auntie off for work and we were minding our business for the day, y'all, okay? We pick my auntie up from work, we go to the store, and we're heading home. And as we're heading home, I get a notification on my phone, and I'm gonna show it on the screen. It says something like Apple AirTag device detected near you. So we're like 20 minutes away from my house at this time, and as soon as I seen that, my heart dropped. I immediately tell my people that there's a tracker on our car because, for one, I don't own an Apple AirTag, and I know they don't own an Apple AirTag. They didn't even know what it was when I brought it up to them. First thought in my head is that somebody wants to kidnap us, because I've seen the horror stories of people finding Apple AirTags on their car. I think everybody has. I'm trying to explain to them what an Apple AirTag is. I'm trying to explain to them that it's on our car. I don't know where. You know, I'm trying to explain all of it. I don't think I mentioned this, but it showed me like our house to the store to dropping my auntie off to picking her up. Like, it showed us everything. I'm freaked out. I'm trying to figure out when they possibly could have put it on, and then y'all, I see that it says it has been with you since like 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning. In my head, it's like somebody's been watching us, like somebody got us, like they're trying to get us, like somebody wants me, like they gonna kidnap me. I don't care how many times I have to say this, y'all. I was freaked out. I'm thinking, oh, if I go missing, they're not gonna care because look at my skin color. Not to mention, I'm not a little girl anymore. They're not gonna put a rush on it. I'm just another black girl going missing in the United States of America. Then we get home, and I immediately am trying to like play off the sound, because it gives you an option to play off the sound, and I'm trying to play off the sound to find it around the car. And y'all, I literally, I'm trying to find it. I'm going crazy. I grabbed my auntie, they tell me to chill, and they ended up going down to the police station trying to figure out who owns it. At this point, I tell my friends, I'm telling my man, I'm telling everybody, because I was scared. And y'all, look at how pretty she came out. Like, this is my first time having a successful shaving cream slime, okay? We contacted the police. Like, you know, I can't say too much. The police aren't involved, so you already know how that goes. I do want to say, like, every video that I make is not a lie. I tell the truth about every situation, because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, this is not the truth, this is not the truth. There's only one video on my page that is not my story. Like, a fan sent me that, and it literally says, warning, not my story. You be saying, how do you have so many story times? Y'all understand that I am 2 decades old, right? I'm 2 decades old, so in those 2 decades, a lot of crazy things have happened. But look at the way she bounces, though. Like, we need to roll her in the ball. This is the first slime that's not sticky. Yay! Story time on how I got catfished by a boy who bullied me while I make foam slime. So this happened in the 9th grade, and this boy was notoriously known for being a bully, a class clown, roasting people, doing roast battles and everything. Get your money's worth? Let it drain. I didn't forget. It's like these boys' #1 insult was my skin color. After a couple months of him bullying me, I ended up moving with my dad, and I was bored. I was 14, I had no friends in the area that I was in, and I was a loner. So I ended up adding people on Snapchat, as one would have done, you know, and I bump into this person that's name is Aaron, okay? And I add him back, and we start talking pretty freaking quickly, y'all. Like, we spark up a conversation pretty quickly. Obviously, the question of, oh, how old are you? Where do you stay? Whatever comes up, and find out that he's the same age as me, and he lives in my area, or like 30 minutes away from me. So after this, you know, we have a few more conversations, and then we kind of like start a situationship, I guess. And I started to notice very quickly that he was never ever trying to get on the phone with me, but he would send me pictures of himself, and I'm gonna try to find the boy that he used to catfish me, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, whatever. So he was never able to get on the phone. He was never able to video chat on Snapchat, because I had an Android at the time. Don't mind my pimple patch. But this goes on for like 3 months. So in the last month, I'm kind of fed up. I'm like, why can we never get on the phone? You know, why are you never trying to like FaceTime me? Like, what's going on? And he's like, oh, because of this is that, just making all the excuses in the world. I kind of already accepted at this point that he was catfishing me, so I just straight up asked him. I was like, are you catfishing me? And he was like, yeah. I was like, who are you? Like, I was really scared that he was gonna be like this shriveled up old man, and he was like, I'm Patterson. That's the fake name we're gonna give this dude. Obviously I didn't believe it, because why would I believe that? He sends me a picture and he's like, I was just too scared to ask you out. I really did like you, but you moved. And what? I'm gonna go get like a butter knife. After that, I was kind of really sad because, wait, let me be quiet. Who wants cake? To finish my sentence, I was so depressed because my looks were so ugly that you bullied me, and then you literally catfished me, and you couldn't just tell me straight up, oh yeah, I liked you. Like, that's how ugly I was? Are you kidding me? I'm gonna be quiet when I'm crunching the rest of them because it's kind of satisfying. Y'all can't tell me that's not satisfying. This is the last one. Okay, so this is it all mixed together, and I can't explain it, but it's so freaking satisfying. Maybe I'm just weird and this is like y'all y'all have to try this. I don't know if people been trying this. I don't know if I made this up, but y'all gotta try this. It doesn't click as good anymore, but like it's just so satisfying. Hold on. Can y'all hear that? Like, oh, I love it. This is the dried foam from the Dollar Tree. It's like a flower holder.